You want to say something?
We're all ready for our park stroll. We're going to hop on our limo here.
Oh yeah.
Famous limo.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a great trip. We're going to go hit a lot of different places today. Get some inspiration for the 20-year master planning process.
This is Park Center's stadium. We've got 3 stadiums just like this one. The stress that was being put on our regular grass fields, and what we were struggling with was how do we get more usage out of a smaller plot of land like we have here. Maple Grove Senior High, for instance, has 100 acres, and Osseo and Park Center have about 45 acres, which makes it difficult to get as much practice and fields usage as you can on a larger site. So
one of the complaints about artificial turf is that it gets hot, but today is the perfect day to test that out, and it isn't hot.
They tend to it's green, so it's going to radiate some heat, and that's part of the concern for us to get better usage of our facilities and be able to provide more students access to a top quality field. As it was before, we had approximately 12 events on this field in a season, and now we're having many events. We hope to get over 100 events on a field like this.
With Plymouth Parks and Recreation.
Hi, welcome.
The new director of Plymouth Parks and Recreation.
Sorry I didn't dress up. This is the Hildy Performance Center. This facility was actually built in 2002. It was built with $1 million donation from the Hildy family. What has been happening for 40 years is the Minnesota Orchestra has been performing here in Plymouth, and they were picking different locations all through the city to set up a stage and find an industrial area. And so finally they decided they wanted to build a permanent home. So the stage, originally when it was built in 2002, was big enough to hold the orchestra. Next year will be the 40th consecutive performance of the Minnesota Orchestra. In addition, we're beginning talks with the orchestra about being a temporary site for Sommerfest. And so we'll see what happens with that.
Very cool.
When we first built this, actually what you're seeing now is this trail here essentially went through the middle of the park and connected over to Lifetime Fitness. In 2010 we began a phase 2 of a 3-phase project to upgrade this site. When we hold music in Plymouth, we'll have about 14,000 people here.
Oh my God.
And so
14,000?
So what we did with the renovation here this year is we did some grading to the site. We also added a secondary performance area here. About 200 people can sit on that stage. I would encourage you as we walk over there to go stand in the middle of the stage and talk, because the acoustics there are sensational.
Our forefathers set forth.
Did you hear it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you.
Yeah, you hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're doing Movie in the Park series. We had 800 people out here a couple weeks ago for Movies in the Park, which we did on the stage. So depending upon what we have two venues. As well, we anticipate this would be used for weddings at some point in the future. We also added an area up here for all of our concessions. When we hold music in Plymouth, we'll have about 12 to 14 vendors here selling concessions. It is very good. It is.
Let's use these for golf. The visible, the noticeable. Everyone kind of understands the golf. The disc golfers, we've done these with. They're much closer together. We have T signs, essentially for disc golf and ball golf. Because of the length we cut our rough at, it's difficult to see the red markers out there, so now we put just the red stake as well as the white markers, just so they're identifiable to the disc golfer. You know, it's something that the Minneapolis Park Board has is trying this year here and at Fort Snelling Golf Course. It's been very popular at Fort Snelling as well as here. Fort Snelling is a longer golf course. It's more of a executive golf course. It's much more open space. So we're here kind of more as a introductory area to disc golfers, get the beginners out. The people are looking for maybe quick get around in an hour. We have had very little to no problems with disc golfers and ball golfers playing amongst each other. Diagrams of holes, kind of has an overlay of the golf course there so they know golf and disc golf, you know, where they're intermingling with the ball golfers and where they would no longer intermingle with the ball golfers.
That's great.
All those expensive condos. You know, the Metrodome didn't bring any development with it. It was supposed to be this big development thing. Didn't work. But you know, they put in the Guthrie, they put in Gold Medal Park with private dollars. But that spurred this development of these condos, which are, I'm sure, are contributing a ton of money to the tax base.